Dyer's Daily. So, following on from the previous episode where I kind of laid down the ground rules, if that is the right term for this, for the podcast, basically. And I also said that I had new equipment, which I do, and I plan to do some kind of like review thing on video at a later point, probably over the 100th episode, something like that. But for those audio geeks out there that perhaps wondering after listening to that previous episode what equipment it is I am using, I thought maybe it was a good idea to let you know, so that you can get an idea about how it sounds. And I can tell you that there's no extra processing on this other than I've put a normalizer over it. That's about it. There's no kind of compression. I like to leave it pretty much as nature intended. Sometimes compression is handy, but only if I'm doing any shouting or any kind of loud noises where it differentiates with the quiet noise. You know, it's weird. It sounds weird, and so compression just helps to bring it all up on the same level. And there's a lot of radio stations around the world that use this. So right now, for the past 3 years, I have been using a Behringer desk, which has got several ports on it. It's a USB desk, and I just got one mic plugged into it. And I bought it when I thought I was going to have lots of mics to plug into it, and now I just use it for the one. And I'd like to get a Focusrite or something like that at a later stage. I do have, I think it's called a Lexicon or something like that, but it's really, I use it for guitar work and stuff. But this desk has actually served me pretty well, touch wood, so far. And that's not new. I've been using that for 3 years, and I now have in front of me a Rode Procaster, which came out in about 2008, and it's from the Australian company Rode, who are a great make. They make great stuff, and I have to say, when I took it out of the case, I was impressed by the build quality of it. And that is currently hanging on a PSA-1 Rode stand, like boom arm into the table. So yeah, we're using a brand new setup here, and I was very inspired by the American speech broadcasters that use dynamic microphones very much like this one, because I think this one is kind of like the Electro Voice RE20, which is kind of the standard over there and has been for many decades. So that's what I'm using, and hopefully it comes over quite well. In my head, my voice sounds better than it has in a long time, but that's probably because, you know, when you get something new, you're like, oh my goodness, it's so shiny, it's so great. But to me at this moment in time, it really does seem it. So that's what we're using at the moment. I will look to perhaps getting the shock mount, but 30 quid for a shock mount at this moment in time didn't seem like a wise purchase, but I might be wrong once we start getting into it, and maybe even something to increase the initial signal as well. But we'll have to see, because I don't want to go spending lots of money on something that perhaps I didn't need. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need to use. Like, it's okay like this because I'm not doing anything live. It's literally just recorded all these podcasts and stuff. So yeah, this was just me outlining the equipment that I'm using here, and I'm currently recording it into Audacity as well, but I don't need to tell you about that because many podcasters and radio broadcasters around the world use it, don't you? Yeah, I see you. Dyer's Daily. Thank you for listening to this episode of Dyer's Daily with me, Jamie Dyer. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe on your favourite podcast provider. Also, check out me on social media. You can tweet at JamieDyer89 on Twitter or Facebook.com/JamieDyer89 and like my page on there. Also, check me out on YouTube. Just type in Dyer's Daily and you'll find me. Bye-bye for now.